Welcome to, what's it called? Yeah, it's all right. It's the pairing mode. And you know what? I don't have my usual. We missed a week. So I'll tell you what, we're going to talk about a few things. Let's just swish past the intro right now.
You're watching the pairing mode.
Swish past it.
What?
You said swish past.
Swish. Oh, yeah. You're.
Actually, my noise canceling probably canceled that out.
I was going to say, you didn't get it. I didn't hear it. I'm like, was he saying something?
Swish.
What's going on? Swish.
I forgot the noise
canceling. Get
canceling.
close and go swish.
Yeah.
And then, like it's some ASMR.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, ASMR. Okay. I'm not going to be doing that. Hopefully neither will you. And oh boy, we're a little hodgepodgey, but there's been a lot of things that have happened in the time that we have been not here for a podcast, including Google, Gemini news, some Google app updates, Claude. I believe you had mentioned something about Claude.
Yep.
Grok has had an update. I honestly don't know what the update for Grok entails because even when I ask, I don't seem to find the proper answer. So we can look that up while we're talking about it and find out exactly what Grok is doing better. Some people, by the way, are testing all things Grok against Google, Gemini 3. And I'm thinking, honestly, the results that they got from Gemini versus Grok, they're lying, or they forgot to actually set it to Pro and assumed it was Gemini 3. Because they were getting ridiculous results where Grok was able to understand better. I'm like, no. This episode is brought to you by our friends at Chop AI. As a podcaster, one of the biggest challenges is getting your content discovered. That's where Chop AI comes in. Their powerful AI platform automatically finds the most compelling moments from our show and transforms them into short, shareable clips, perfect for social media. It saves us countless hours of editing and helps us reach new listeners just like you. Ready to grow your brand? Well, visit them at chopai.app to see how it works. There'll be a link in the description. And now, back to the podcast.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, Grok has improved. They all have improved, but I don't think that. Yeah, well, I have some certain takes on all this stuff. So, but hey, listen, before we get into it, we took a sabbatical. I was gone last week on vacation. I'm Robert from Nashville with my co-host.
Yeah, we already know that.
No, this is part of it.
I'm from Toronto.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we missed the mark. We missed the mark.
So yeah, we're just going to be kind of summarizing all the happenings over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So
well, listen. I don't want to lose my thought on just because I was going to say, because it's related to what we were just saying, just to put it into perspective of how much better Gemini 3.0 is than even 2.5. When I set it to 2.5, or what it calls fast in the app on my phone, it's still good. It still gets a good job, but it also is, unfortunately, still getting a lot of those hallucinations that we've discussed in the past. However, interestingly enough, if I put it on the thinking to ask the same, sometimes simple questions like, can you tell me about this particular actor in this scene in this movie, or this movie in this scene, and who exactly were they talking to, both the character and the actor, and what was the actor's or the character's follow-up line? The 2.5 has a tendency to guess the wrong movie, even if I tell it what the movie is sometimes. And then it'll guess 5 or 6 movies that don't even have the line I mentioned in it. But the thinking model 3.0, it may take a little longer to get the answer, but it comes up with exactly what you're looking for. It's not wrong. And when you ask it simpler questions, it doesn't take nearly as long. And follow-up questions or comments about it don't take that long at all. And I suspect we're going to see faster versions of it come up. And when we actually get Gemini 3.0, whatever you call it, Flash, that's going to be huge, because now we're going to have access to, without the thinking, but it'll still get better answers and less hallucinations. So Google is actually getting much closer to the lack of hallucinations with 3.0 than any other model ever has. Yeah, I said my piece.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. Well, as you knew, I paid for ChatGPT subscription because I used it a lot more than I used Gemini, because I just found it to be more accurate, the conversation, the memory. And when 3.0 dropped and I started testing it out and playing with it, I like immediately canceled my ChatGPT subscription.
Wow,
I still
quick?
don't. Yeah, wow. I still obviously don't have the same kind of memory function, but I just find the Gemini 3.0 to be that much better than the 2.5, that I'm getting better answers. And in some ways, they're better than ChatGPT. So even without necessarily the memory, which they have some memory function that's in the 3.0. Not
actually,
quite
the memory
like
function in 3.0 is actually really good. The only problem, again, is it's not a live version.
Right. It's just in the typing, whatever. But yeah, so it's there is some functionality for it. So I just had to try to change the way I do things. But it's so multimodal capable that you just tell it what you want and it brings up what it's supposed to have. Like you can say, create me an image, and all of a sudden you'll see it saying, oh, pulling up Nano Banana. Pull up, it'll like, oh, now I'm going to start my thinking mode. Oh, now I'm going to start it. Like it knows like, oh, I need to do this. So I'm just going to wait. You don't have to tell it. You just say, here's what I want. And it does it. But it's more accurate. The conversation is more fluid. The voices are definitely better. They did a good job in helping that. They still need improvement. I still think ChatGPT probably has a little edge on that. But I think overall, Google knocked this one out of the park. And with VO 3.1 in the video side of things, it's been really stellar for me in my content creation, my YouTube channel, this and everything that I use it for. That I just the added cost of ChatGPT was no longer that much valuable, that much more valuable.
And I understand that. I have found it that almost the time I was playing with it before, but because it's on there, and I would almost never have it on the thinking model because of the extra time it takes. But I find that it's so valuable now that I use it often. And sometimes I don't need to use a thinking model because 2.5 actually leans on. Now, this is what people don't understand, but it was actually 2.5 that told me this, that it does actually base its answers on what's available that it can get from the same information that ChatGPT, that 3.0 gets. So it still has its issue where it loses itself. It'll answer too fast before getting the proper information. It'll lean on the last piece of information that it saw before answering, and thusly you end up with the hallucinations sometimes. But when it does work properly, 2.5 works better since 3.0 came out than it did prior to 3.0. So that's extremely encouraging to me. But I will say this, I am definitely dying to try out Grok again, because I know it's been updated a couple times since I've used it for more than 5 seconds. So I do expect that it might be a little bit better, but I'm never going to use Grok for anything serious. That's always just going to be like a fun thing for me.
Yeah, I'm the same.
No offense to Grok, but ChatGPT, on the other hand, I expect that they're going to, because remember, ChatGPT hasn't put their big update out yet.
Right.
They've now fallen behind Google. I expect theirs is going to compete with Google. And if they do the same thing they did the last time, they'll pass Google again, which is encouraging as hell, actually.
Oh yeah, I love the competition, because then it keeps Google on its on its
Yeah,
toes
if
instead of on
yeah,
its heels, and keeping moving forward. But I
yeah,
I saw an article today, and I didn't even click into it because obviously the heading was total clickbait, because it said that Sam Altman issues red alert over Google's dominance now and surpassing them. First off, he didn't issue a red alert. Okay, he's not
no,
that insecure in his product to be like, oh my
no,
god. He
yeah,
might have
and
said, oh my gosh, yeah. He's probably, I would think, a little. I think everyone, all of the podcasts that I watch on a daily, all of them that do AI, they're like, wow, this is way better than I thought it was going to be. I think
yes,
Google surprised everyone with the quality of the update,
yeah,
and including Sam Altman. And so
yeah.
it's now just making him like, okay, of course they pushed a couple updates to Sora too, which is still kind of stupid, but I mean, I'm sure again with better prompting, you can get better results. But I've
Yeah,
done, and you've
well,
done some
yeah.
pretty intense prompting, and it still grows three heads or something. I don't know. It just
And
still,
Sora 2 is a complete letdown because it had so much promise. It was like a step, and I mean a very small step below VO3, with an advantage over VO3 because of the cameo
yeah.
feature. But then they got kind of scared. And then they tried to step back that being scared, and then they got scared again. And unfortunately, through all of this, people have been using it so much that they had to step it back. Now, don't get me wrong, Google's done the same thing. And I sometimes now see things that come up and, oh, you can't make this video right now because we're too busy. Try again later, sucker.
Well,
And
I
it
read
doesn't
an
say it
article
like that, but that's how I
today.
read it.
Yeah, I read an article today that Google has the free users are now relegated to basic mode, whatever that means.
I'll tell you
And
exactly what it
you
means.
only have like three generations versus five,
Two.
or two versus three, I mean.
Yeah.
But the pro users like us, that because our 2 terabyte plan, all that that stuff's unchanged. But because of their update being so good, I think they underestimated the response, and so it's
Right.
overwhelming their server capacity, and
It
so they're having to,
hugely.
yeah, they're having to
Yeah.
bring it back. Like, okay, we want all you free people to have some fun, but we're gonna have to. That's why, I mean, if you pay for it, especially the people who pay $250 a month, if you prioritize a
Yeah.
free user over them, I'd be pissed. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. And honestly, to be honest with you, I got pissed today. At first, I thought, well, it doesn't matter because I want my dad to be able to do it. Right. But then I realized, what the hell? I'm being affected now. I tried for 15 minutes to make a video and some bitch wouldn't let me do it. I ended
Yeah,
up having to go into the shitty version in my phone. And when I say shitty version, it's still good, but shitty compared to what, and it wouldn't let me do it there either.
yeah.
So I had to go off and get and make it in Sora 2. And I'm sorry, but Sora 2 just doesn't do the quality job that I wanted to do. And by the way, you've seen the video I did today. I showed it to you. It was a picture of a hockey player. You couldn't see his face, just his back said number 99. Um, the name on it, however, said sellout.
Yeah, I didn't
And
understand
those of
what
you,
you meant by that until you
those who
sent that
know,
picture.
know. Those who of you who know. Remember, I'm Canadian,
Right.
and there was a picture of a certain 99 standing with a certain 0. That's it. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
If you can read between the lines, or if you know, you know.
Now I know.
uh, that's
Yeah.
right. um, I lost my train of thought with
Oh, we were
that.
just talking about. So, I mean, I know that they are supposedly. I saw another article too that Google's working on a mobile UI refresh. I actually like what they've done now. I don't know if it's what they plan on doing, but I like the way they've redesigned the mobile app, where you have those, the quick links at the top where you just click on something and like have it do something.
Yeah,
Um, that was I think pretty cool. I shared with you some of the stuff that we were playing around with during Thanksgiving, And I found that the Veo 3 and the Gemini 3.0 image generation with Nano Banana was way better than anything else. I mean, all those things that I finally got to work right with the balloons and the parade, that was all Google. That wasn't Nano Banana. I mean, that's Sora.
Yeah.
So it actually did a pretty good job. But you also have stuff like Hedra. I still have a lot of Hedra credits,
Right.
and
Yeah.
I can do the Veo 3.1, Nano Banana, everything within Hedra, and I've done some video generations in it, and it's actually come out really good. So, um,
No,
yeah,
that's yeah.
I think that it's competition's great. I love it that Google stepped up and actually brought something that was superior to the table. Um, and I'm bring it on, ChatGPT. Let's knock Google down a notch and keep them chasing, because it's going to be a Google OpenAI race. There's other Seed Dream and um, OpenSea or whatever that one is that that was it
I don't
OpenSea?
remember the name of most of them personally.
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, there's still some of the market. Of course, Perplexity is still prominent. I've actually been
Uh,
playing around with it a little bit, and it's not bad. It's the Comet, and they actually have a Comet browser on the mobile now, which actually isn't too bad. But they're still gonna have to do some updating to get that
yeah.
where it's like, oh, that's excellent. I
Well, yeah.
also, sorry, go
Sorry, I was
ahead.
gonna say I played around a little bit with the Comet browser finally, both on the phone and on the computer, and I'm not impressed at all. I mean, honestly, I know it's, what it's for. If somebody's like, I don't want to use Chrome. Bob's your uncle. There you go. You don't want to use Chrome.
Well, it
Try it.
basically is Chrome though, because it
I
runs
know,
Chromium.
but some people are like, I don't want to, and then again, there's other people, and I swear to God, there's people that'll do this and say, I don't want to use Chrome. I got enough Google products and blah blah blah. I want to use
Yeah,
something
yeah,
that's not
yeah.
a Google product. So I'll use Comet. Oh, look, I can sign in with my Google account. Um, yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways,
yeah, and
so
they're
having
supposed
said,
they're supposed to bring syncing. I just bit my tongue, by the way, if you saw that. They're supposed to bring syncing to Comet, so it syncs kind of like a Chrome browser, which would be great. Because that's one feature that I missed that I'm like, I want to be able to
what's it
sync to
supposed
her.
to sync to?
I don't know how they're going to do it, but my understanding
But sync
is
what?
your history, passwords, all this stuff, just like Chrome does. But the way they're going to do it
Oh,
is
okay.
they're going to do it kind of like how Firefox did it, in that you have to set up a link between like this computer and this laptop
Wait,
or
can't I
this
do that
mobile.
right now between my phone and the browser on here?
Not with Perplexity, unless they've just recently updated it, because they were still working on it last I checked just a few days ago. So,
Okay, let me just check, make
but see, the
sure.
thing about
Oh
Perplexity,
yeah, I see. You're right. Sync coming soon.
yeah.
So if I look at
And
history here, it's only going to show what I did here. But if I do it in I can't get my mouse to work.
well,
If I
what they're going
do
to
it on
do
my
though is that
computer,
you're going to have to use like a sync code to pair the devices. It's not going to be like Google does it. So, because obviously Google's storing all your information on the back end, and this sounds like to me it's going to be something like a Mozilla Firefox. How I would have to like log into Mozilla here, log into Mozilla there, set up
yeah.
the connection, and it would sync across that, which it never
You know
worked very
what?
well.
I can't
So
even find a browser history in the desktop version.
yeah, I'm sure it's there, but I don't know. I haven't really played around with it much since the first time. But I'll tell you this: Perplexity. So when I was up north with my kids and grandkids, me and my stepson had a really actual in-depth conversation about AI, kind of in general, and most specifically, the chatbots and things. He is a research biologist that does um, research studies for like cancer drugs and diabetes drugs and things like that. So he's really heavy into it. They use AI to, hey, I need, how do you, whatever, split this atom, do this genome. I don't know, whatever. It's way over my head, right? But he says that it's only about 50% accurate. And
oh, wow.
because part of the problem is in his field, a lot of the information that it would have to be able to go out and grab to be more accurate is behind walls. So it's not like public information. So you can't just go out and get it. It's not like it's just available. Sure, you could train it, but then you're only training it on limited information and it's going to be outdated. Number one. Number two, you could run your own servers, but that's super, super expensive because you're going to have a huge, a bunch of power to run a large language model to do that kind of querying. So I started doing a little research, and it actually turns out that Perplexity is rated one of the best browsers for that type of research and medical study. So again, each one kind of has its real specific functions, and I think the Comet browser has a good place in that, like if you're on a website, and this is what I do like, if you're on a website, you can open up the agent and have it summarize that site or go look for information in it without you having to like search it. So that is a nice feature.
Yes. Now,
right?
However, I will say this, okay? While it's currently not available to everyone, eventually the agents in Gemini, at least Pro, will be available to anyone with a Pro and above count, inevitably. And that will obviously, although I wouldn't bet on it being this year, trickle down to free users, at least to some extent. And not only will it be able to do it the way Perplexity does it, but let's be realistic. A Gemini 3.0 or higher agent is going to be able to do way more.
Yeah, but
I'm just saying, I'm tooting Gemini's horn right now. Yes,
yeah.
But
no, I get, you're absolutely right. But I was kind of playing around with their Perplexity browser, the Comet, when I was up there, and I told it like, hey, I need you to search Amazon for a gift for my son-in-law. I want it to be a technology gift, and it did just like the Atlas browser did. It opened up and took control of my Chrome window, opened up Amazon, started searching through technology products based on the parameters I gave it, was scrolling pages, and picked like the top 5 devices that it felt matched my query, which was pretty accurate, and said, here you go. And I just gave it like a few lines of like, here's what I want.
So wait a minute. Is this a paid feature or is this something I can try out?
Well, you have the Pro, don't you? Because then you had Perplexity.
No, why would I have Pro Perplexity?
Because I thought I sent you a code that got you like or you had one of the things that's like a year free or something. I got a year free.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I forget what service. Yeah, because maybe it was just to get the browser, not for the Pro Perplexity.
Why?
What was it that I signed up for something?
If you got a free code for me, then give it to me.
Well, I think it might have been just to actually download the browser. So
basically, I can't do it because I don't have the code.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know if it's functional with the free one. I don't know because I don't. Mine signed in with my account, and it's a Pro account because I got it for free for a year.
Let me look at the Pro perks.
You have PayPal, right?
Yeah. Why?
Because PayPal offers a free year of Perplexity
for Americans. Why didn't you guys understand?
How do you know that?
They don't offer Canadians anything.
Have you looked?
Okay. Would you like to bet $1 Canadian dollar? I mean, that'll cost you nothing.
Well, yeah, I got some pennies.
We don't use pennies, so that's not even good for me.
Well, pretty soon we won't either. Those are
okay. All right.
But I don't know. You can look into it. But I think
let me check this. Let me check this out. Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure it's PayPal.
All right, come on. Click it. Oh, by the way, I'm going to say this again because this is very important, because we've mentioned this many times and we're going to continue to mention it many more times. Security is of the utmost essence. If you are not using several different types of security features to protect your online identity and your devices, you need to give your head a shake. I have been compromised in my personal bank account, despite the fact that I use all these features. However, because it cannot be tracked right now, and it has absolutely no place that it apparently came from, this money that came out of my account, it has become very apparent that the bank is not even arguing with it. I mean, they'll have to do their investigation before they just give it back to me. And I went through Google. It had something to do with saying Google, but I know if it's Google, it's Google Wallet. I made no payments the day it claimed, and it's not in my Google Wallet. So whoever took it made a freaking big mistake about doing it that way, because whatever. Not happy about it, obviously.
No, it's.
But I'm just stressing, if I didn't have all those other safeguards in, they would have just taken everything out of my account. I mean, they probably ended up having a limitation of which they could test or something, because the second I found out about it, I just basically moved my money and locked it out.
Yeah.
So.
Well, my stepdaughter, when we were in Wisconsin, somehow somebody had cloned their debit card and did a $1,400 withdrawal out of their debit card, which is why when I travel, I never use my debit card when I travel. I always use a credit card. That way, you
Right.
can't empty my bank account, and I can get my money right back out of the credit card, no problem. They'll cancel it, they'll stop it. Fortunately, they were able to get their money back and stop it and all that good stuff. But yeah, it's nuts. So I think if it's in like the rewards section, I believe, if it's still available. Let's see. I'm gonna type in what's saved. Yeah, Perplexity Pro, first year free, ends January 1st. So if you go into when you log in, if you go to rewards,
Where?
it should be listed, like when you scroll down, you'll see where it says
Scroll down what?
well, I'm scrolling on my page. It says your
But what page
featured
of
off
what? Start at the
rewards.
beginning.
I said
Rewards
rewards.
in where? That's what I'm saying.
PayPal.
Start from the beginning. PayPal. There's nothing in here that says anything about rewards.
So at the top, you don't have home, finances, send a request, rewards, wallet at the top of your PayPal page.
First of all, it doesn't say anything about finance, but it also doesn't say anything about rewards. Let me click into the extra menu thingy here. Send a gift, create an estimate, send again. So send a gift. Not again, a gift. Transfer money. No.
Well, type help and type in perplexity.
Type where?
Do you not have help in your browser at the top?
Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay, sorry, my phone was blocking it.
And then just type in Perplexity Pro and see if it tells you anything. I don't know. Your PayPal screen is different than mine.
Oh, because it's Canada.
Well, I mean, I suppose, but I would think that the user interface on a browser would basically be the same. They just have different functionality.
Yeah, no, there's nothing. There's nothing. No, it doesn't happen. So, no. I didn't think so. I was pretty sure that wasn't going to be a thing. It is what it is.
Well, if there might be some other service that you have, because mine wasn't through PayPal. It was through something else. And one of my other accounts, I can't remember what it was.
Well, you know what? Let's just ask Gemini. Hey, is there somewhere where I can get some kind of a code to try sorry, I can't say it right. Perplexity Pro for free. I'm in Canada, don't forget.
Yes.
That's a good question. Since you're in Canada there are a few primary ways to potentially get Perplexity Pro for free or as a long-term trial, which often involves a promo code you redeem. The most notable offer for Canadians right.
Okay, so the answer is no, because I'm not a customer of the. Okay, never mind.
A customer of what?
It doesn't matter. I'm not a customer of it.
Well, so here's
it's a cell phone operator or slash.
So one is Bell Mobility,
internet.
but it says right here for PayPal Venmo users in Canada can access a free 12-month trial of Perplexity Pro by signing up in a special offer link and connecting their PayPal account. So you might want to investigate that, because apparently
you
there
don't even
is
have Venmo in Canada, so it doesn't.
It said PayPal/Venmo, PayPal, and or Venmo.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if that link doesn't exist. It's not there. Why wouldn't they put it in the PayPal site? So I'm not sure where you got that information from, that somebody wrote that.
No,
and they're wrong.
That's Google Gemini in my browser that's telling me that.
Is it Pro or
yes,
or the hallucinator?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, whatever. You can investigate it if you want to. If not, that's fine. But I found that that agent in there actually works. I
just
well.
did. I just asked Gemini the same question, except Gemini told me no.
Okay.
Other than as a
off
Bell
the
customer.
podcast when we have more time where you can go do some searching. Okay.
Yeah, not gonna do it now.
But I wish ChatGPT would come out with their Atlas browser on Windows. I'd love to play around with that some more. I did play around with it on a Mac. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm not a paid user anymore, so it's probably kind of irrelevant. But yeah, I mean, I'm I was saying about earlier is Claude 4.5 apparently has come out now, and apparently it's again, it's very good at like deep reasoning and thinking and collaborating and more research type specific things. And apparently it's phenomenal. I don't really use it. I don't have the need to really use it. I think you can do some things like other browsers, like create pictures and whatever, I think. But yeah, I don't of course Copilot, is using ChatGPT, and they've done some updating on it. It's like in everything now. It's like in browsers and your computers, and it's like
I think everywhere. I was testing out Copilot for briefly because I was busy doing some other stuff, and I thought, you know what, I think I'm gonna give it a try, because a little pop-up came up telling me about it, right? And I was like, this isn't half bad. Just for the like minute and a half I was checking it out, it was definitely a lot better than what did Windows originally have there before the Copilot thing? What was it called? Their little AI, not so much AI assistant. I don't remember what it was called. I forgot already.
Flippy?
Which I didn't think it was the worst thing in the world. You could talk to it, and it answered questions. It couldn't do anything, though. You couldn't even get it to open a browser.
Well, remember I showed you
sense to me.
When they came out with their little agent guy, you could actually turn it into Clippy.
Yeah, but that's actually Copilot.
Yeah,
I was talking about the previous one that wasn't technically an AI per se. It was literally a chat bot that was just connected to Windows, so it knew what was going on in your computer. It could answer questions like that, tell you the time, the weather, and all that stuff. Basically, if the information was available to your computer in real time, it could answer it. If you asked it anything about anything on the internet, you'd have to open something first, and it still didn't know. Then they came out with Copilot, and Copilot worked, but that was the original Copilot. This newer Copilot is completely different now, apparently. It's hugely updated and way more based on, I think it's ChatGPT, isn't it?
Yes.
Or built on ChatGPT.
Yeah, it is. That's another thing, too, I was going to mention about Perplexity, and I forgot, is that you can actually, when you're in the Perplexity browser comment, you can choose which model you want Perplexity to use to query.
Oh, right.
So I can actually choose ChatGPT 5.1, Claude Opus 4.5, Gemini 3 Pro, Grok 4.1.
But again, you have the Pro version. I don't think I have a choice at all.
Yeah, that I don't know. Yeah, if you leave it on best,
I wouldn't even know where that was.
I
don't even think that it actually gives me a button
Well, it's
to
in
try to
the like when
select.
you have the browser open, it's kind of like on Chrome. It's got the section in the middle where you start typing.
Uh,
There's like a little globe that says set source for search, and then next to that's choose a
do they
model,
have
and
a
then
home button or something? Because I mean, I have to scroll backwards to everything I ever looked at on here just to get. Okay, there we go. Oh, I see. Okay, so voice mode, the microphone thing, choose a model. Oh, it's all there.
okay,
Oh, so it's basically set to best,
yeah,
meaning depending on what I'm asking it, I guess it knows it has an idea of which one it should send the thing to.
yeah,
3.0 is part of it. So Perplexity can actually get into 3.0.
yeah.
It's not the worst thing in the world, then, is it?
No,
Uh, I have a newfound respect for it. And Grok 4.1.
yeah.
Oh,
So
wow, we
it
could actually do some testing in this just like this.
Yeah, and again, depending on I don't know if it's pro or free, but you can go in and do personalizations just like you would with ChatGPT and Chrome. You can say, introduce yourself. Put information about yourself, your location. It has memory function just like it does where you can, as you're typing, not the live, but as you're typing, it'll do memory function.
Oh my
So,
God, they have a $200 a month plan too.
oh yeah, everybody does.
$200 a month. That's all. Why? And that's listed under personal. That's not even education or business. That's ridiculous. The
Yeah,
education is 12 months free trial. Verify as a student. I wish I could.
yeah.
uh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I still think,
well,
I think like the free version, it gives you very limited, like for example, Pro gives you unlimited Pro searches, whereas the free probably gives you just a few, like every other free model. So,
right. But
um,
your basic searching stuff is just going to be like any other browser. You just want to look for pictures of the well, I don't know, a 1957 Bel Air.
well, you can just
You
type
could
that up in
probably
the
ask
search
that
bar,
question 150 times in a row, right?
probably.
Um, well, yeah, but my point is that's obviously not going to be the limitation. It's if you're trying to use some of the more advanced features of the AI that they would obviously limit features that would be considered, smaller. They have features that would be more closer to what you'd get with Pro. What is this?
Right,
Okay, search, research, and labs. Okay, so the research, for instance, you have to upgrade to Pro. You can't use it. I'm just hovering over it.
right.
Same with the labs.
So I'm
Uh,
curious, if you open up a web page, like just like open up a news page or something, and then at the top, click the assistant and see if
what's
it
that? Sorry, say that again.
open up a web page like a local newspaper or something, just something where it has actual information on it.
Okay, let me ask you this: does your Nashville have a newspaper website that is not paywalled?
Well, the Nashvilleian, or the Tennessean, I mean, it has some free sections, but
I was going to nothing in Toronto. Everything in Toronto you have to pay just to see one paragraph.
go to
It's
Wikipedia.
ridiculous.
Go to Wikipedia. That's free.
Okay, what Wikipedia? Wikipedia
Just go
for
wikipedia.org and just go to the main Wikipedia page.
okay, fine.
I'm
Wikipedia.org. Oh, for God's sake, allow. I said wikipedia.org. Oh, God, I meant to push the microphone. I pushed the thing for the stupid. And now it's searching my tabs. Oh, I forgot. I'm on live conversation, so it thinks I'm talking to it. How about you shut up? Wikipedia. Okay.
You could have typed
Wikipedia.
it and gone way faster.
Oh, give
So
me a
click
break.
the agent at the top, and it'll open up a new sidebar window. It says assistant.
Click what?
It says assistant, top right.
You want to make a bet?
If you're in the browser, it says assistant at the top right.
Oh, there. Okay.
And then just type like summarize and see if it actually summarizes the page for you.
Summarize. What? Why did it give me a microphone and then tell me to? Oh, it did type it. Okay. What do you mean? See if? Of course, it'll summarize it. Why else would?
Well, I didn't know if I didn't know if that assistant agent would work. We weren't sure about that.
Well, I don't know if this is an agent. I mean,
okay, so then type in where it says ask anything. Type in search Amazon for toilet paper. Or whatever you want. Search Amazon for
wait. Search
whatever.
Amazon for cordless drills in Canada. Oh, I never got a chance. It takes forever to actually propagate what I say.
Is it opening a browser up? And
it's going through the whole search. And it just gave me like 700,000 lists. It didn't open up a browser, no.
Let's see.
What shit ton of lists. It would take me longer to read this than it would be to actually open a browser myself and look.
Oh, okay. I see what it's doing. So, okay. All right. So type in control my browser.
What?
And search Amazon for cordless drills. There you go. Do that. So type in control my browser and search Amazon for cordless drills.
Control my browser and search Amazon for cordless drills. What? Hang on. Hello? Okay. Fuck off, Comet. Oh, sorry.
Why don't you just type it?
Why should I have to? If the damn thing doesn't work, then it doesn't work. I don't type. I want to use my voice. This is my stupid assistant. My stupid assistant.
I'm just wanting to see. We're spending more time trying to see if it works.
That's not my fault. It should have done what it was told. Where's this stupid assistant?
Search.
Control my browser. Never mind. It's not working. Do you know how long it takes to type that?
Control my browser and search for cordless drills on Amazon.
How much time do you have?
Oh my God.
See, I already forgot. Control my browser and right. Search for cordless drill. Oh, it's doing it.
So it works.
If this doesn't show any personal information, should we not demonstrate this?
I guess we can if you want to. I mean, I don't know that it shows any personal information.
I don't think it is.
I don't know. I can do it on my end. I don't care. I don't see anything in here that's,
That's crazy. Well, you type faster than me, so you do it because I want to start it from scratch so people can
obviously
see
it's
this. Once you get the browser ready, then share it. If people wonder, seriously, why? It's because he mentioned it to me. He talked to me about it. He showed me a screenshot of it. I think he sent a video of a demonstration, but it's an entirely different thing when you see it happening in front of you.
Yeah, it's wild. It's absolutely
and by
wild.
the way, yes, the Gemini thing can do that. I watched a video of somebody doing it there too, but again, that's limited. Most people don't have access to it, including us.
Yeah, and
So.
this is what the OpenAI ChatGPT Atlas browser was doing. So like you don't have to go to a web page. I can just go over here in the top right, click assistant and say control my browser and search Amazon for Pixel watches.
Am I going to be able to see this eventually, or is it just going to be a blank screen? You know we don't see it, right? Can you even hear me?
Yeah. What do you mean you don't see it? It's shared right there.
Yeah, it's just a blank screen. That's what I'm telling you.
What?
Well, look at the actual Riverside screen. There's nothing there.
It is on my end.
Well, it's not working. If it shows up on the video, great. But I don't know if we want to continue it if there's a chance it's not, because then people will just be like, "What is he talking about?" I don't know why
let me
that
try
didn't
to
show
let
anything.
me share it like from the actual like the whole monitor. Do you see that?
No. But here's what I'm thinking. This is on my end, so cut that out for a second, and let's go with something. I'm technically going to bow out for a second and come back in, because I have a feeling that there's something wonky going on my end of it. That may be the issue. So I'm actually gonna literally close my browser and I'll be right back.
Okay.
Wait, can we do this while we're live on the air here?
Well, you'll just have to reconnect. So yeah.
But I mean, it's not gonna mess up the recording, right?
No, and I'll just cut the moment out that you're gone because that'll just be blank space.
Well, yeah. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, now I can see it.
That was weird.
Very.
Okay. So we're gonna start over. So now you can see the window, right?
Right.
Okay. So I hit assistant. I'll come down here and type control my browser and search Amazon for the best price on a Pixel 3 watch. And see how it goes. That looks kind of cool, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Opens up Amazon, and again, I'm not doing this. This is doing it all by itself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's pretty cool, and you can see on the right side what it's doing,
navigating
and how
Amazon,
it's looking at it,
reading the page.
Yeah,
reading the page.
That's the cool part about it. That's what I like.
And look at it. It's typing Pixel 3 watch. It's nuts. It's nuts. Now, when it gets done,
is it stopped there, or is it's actually going to go into the page of the one that it finds? What do you mean $199? Excuse me? What the?
Yeah, so see, it's successfully searched and it's looking. So I guess it's looking to see what the best price is. It might, I don't know if it's going to click in, but no. So see, it says I found several Google Pixel Watch options on Amazon. Based on the search results, the best prices for Pixel 3 watches. It's $199. So it left the page open with the one that it feels best in the middle. See overall pick.
Yeah.
So it's but I didn't do any of that. So that's pretty awesome. I think that's pretty awesome. And that's US dollars. That's 9,000 Canadian, by the way.
$8,999.99.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Okay.
My bad. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's I don't
Yeah.
know what to say.
So that's pretty
That's really
cool.
cool. I was shocked enough about that I needed to see the demonstration again, and get everybody else see it. And
Yeah.
actually, I'm glad we did go that way because I knew something was going on wonky with my system here
Uh,
on my end anyway. So this just made it a little easier to fix that because all that issue is gone now, anyways.
yeah. Well,
Before we,
and that's the thing that Perplexity browser actually is pretty good in a lot of ways.
yeah,
I don't know, obviously, even with Pro, I don't know that it replaces, Gemini. But it's
no,
definitely an alternative. The still the biggest
but
problem I have with all the AI stuff is that it's still too fragmented. I really
yeah,
wish there was something that was like, I don't know, like it's universally good at everything. And not like, oh, you got to use this one for that, and use this one for that, and use this one for that. Like they're all have their best things. I will say Google with VO and Nano Banana image video, you're not going to find any better. All right. If anything, the others are equal, but you're not going to find any better at this point. I think Google
eventually,
is,
but then again, they update so much.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure that 6 months from now, Nano Banana 3 or whatever they call it will be around. So,
yeah,
right.
right, yeah.
Because
So,
they'll have a
but
Nano Banana that's based off 3.5 eventually, right? VL 3.1 will eventually become 3.5 or 4.
yeah,
Um, and that'll be scary good when you think about it. But what I hope they do is take the cameo idea. Because if they throw that in, nobody can touch him. Everyone
yeah,
else
that
is
would be pretty
trailing
awesome.
behind.
That would be
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
But hopefully, if they do that, they're smart enough to say, we're not going to do it until we have way more server availability.
Well, the Sora update recently, they changed their verbiage and they changed the
Yes.
way the app works. And so now instead of Cameo, it's Cast In.
Oh,
That sounds
really?
dumb. I don't understand why they changed the name of it.
I get it because there's a lot of people that don't like the idea of cameo because they don't understand what it means. Because people are very literal about it, like, oh, I'm making a cameo in somebody else's video. But it's more than a cameo if you're the pretty much the lead actor in it, right?
Yeah,
Whereas, what did you call it again?
it's called Cast In.
Yeah, cast in means you're cast in,
I know,
right?
I understand their
So,
point, but I think it's kind of stupid. Um, I, I don't know. Like I logged in here and I found some random guy used me in a cameo for something, but I was able to delete it because it was stupid. Um, so it lets you control your cameo to some degree.
yeah. Well, first
But
of
it
all, you
wasn't
could
it
set it
wasn't
so that
posted.
only
He
your
didn't
friends
post it.
can do it, right? Not so that it's available publicly.
Well, I
Uh,
chose mine public because I wanted people in the office to be able to do it without them necessarily. We weren't sure how it all worked in the beginning,
yeah,
so
and I get
and I don't
that,
really
but it is
care. I mean,
nice too. You
it's
get notified, and then you can go, I don't. No, I'm not going to let you use that.
yeah,
Get rid
it's
of it.
super
Like I'm
generic.
pretty
So
sure whatever famous person I you know used in my used my cameo in mine or cast in, if you will, he probably got notified and deleted it because it was pretty dumb.
yeah,
But I don't even remember who it was or what it was. But oh yeah, I was trying to wrestle somebody and I was trying to. Oh wait, yeah. Oh, I don't remember who it was, but I beat him in a wrestling ring or something like that, or supposed to be putting him in some kind of MMA finishing something. The video was done very badly. You couldn't see the guy's face at all, and I thought, "What? That's stupid. It's a cameo. It's his cameo. He's set to public, and he's a public figure. Why wouldn't you show his face?"
well, they're allowing people to control that more because some people are like, oh, I'm an actor. I don't want my face being out there
Well,
and
yeah, but no,
someone make
he set his to public for the
right.
reason
When you
of
do
wanting
that,
to
you're
see it
basically giving
happen.
permission for anyone to use it.
That's
So.
what he's did. And this particular person obviously did that because they wanted, because it's name recognition. Anyways, you get your name out there. If I was a public figure that people gave a shit about at all, then I would do the same thing. To be honest with you, I'd make mine public. You can do whatever you want. I'd laugh about it like everyone else
Yeah,
because
exactly. It's not
that's what
that
it's for.
serious.
Yeah, exactly. But I
You're
mean,
not going to make a motion picture.
But they made you riding a horse holding hands with a guy. I'm like, yeah, and was I actually there?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you get 15
So why
seconds.
is
It's
it
not
not
like
funny?
you can make a 2-hour motion picture,
Exactly. If you're famous and a comedian totally tears you apart on stage, do you race down to his house and with a news crew threatening to kill him? No, you think, oh, that's a funny ass comedian. That's hilarious, right? You laugh about it because I mean, the biggest compliment is really to be roasted by a comedian. And so if someone wants to use your cameo, it's probably because they like your shit and they want to
Right.
use you in their video. So it's a compliment. However, if you feel it's stupid, like you said, you can get rid of it.
Yes.
Speaking of which, by the way, got to mention real quick here. They've also been up and down about how much they allow per day, specifically free users, because of the same thing. Their servers are tied up because of the popularity, and they've gone up and down how much they give you. It's gotten to the point where they've said 10. However, it's been racing back and forth, and they do have some verbiage, as you put it, on their page somewhere that states that this can change daily. I looked again today. It said 30.
Yeah. In the app, mine says
30.
29 because I used one.
You used one. Yeah. So mine's going to say 29 too. Yesterday it was 10. Today it's 30.
Yeah. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with them adjusting.
But keep in mind, that's 30 at 10 seconds. At 15 seconds, it's cut in half. They don't go by exact time. They go by 10 seconds is this, 15 seconds is half. If you're a paid user, you get way more, blah, blah, blah. But you still get way less if you start getting into that 25-second range as a paid user. And because they can do 25 seconds. However, the one thing that they have added is the ability to put two videos together. When you put two 15-second videos together, it's let's see, what did I just say? You get 30 video generated, because they count credits. It's $100, $100. Sorry. I think it's 100 credits per 10-second video or something, because I can get 1,000 or something like that, right? Well, no, sorry. Like I got that backwards. I'm saying it wrong because they give you 30 generally if they haven't changed it. So it must be like however many credits. The bottom line is when you do two 15-second videos and you merge them together, they count the merging as one and they double it. So I've actually been able to use half of the credits I had available in one day by making two videos and merging them together. This is how I started trying to figure out what it was they were doing. And then it took a lot of reading and a lot of asking Gemini. And eventually I had most of the idea of how it works. And then today, the 30 credits or 30 generations available is what told me, yeah, now I understand exactly what's going on. So I highly advise, unless you really need to make that one video 15 seconds, select 10 seconds. Because then you do two 10-second ones, or 100 credits each. You mix them together, that's another 100 credits, not 200. Yeah. So you end up doing 300.
Yeah, I didn't realize
15
that.
seconds, you got 600 credits, and you mix the two 15s together, you got another 300 credits or 400 credits, something like that. So you basically use the entire thing, make it one video. But yeah, you can mix two together. Even 10 seconds would be nice. It's two 20-second videos. And just to put this into perspective, you don't see a weird cut. If you watch both videos one after the other to make sure they're okay first, you will notice that as they play one to the other, there's like suddenly a jump, and you're like, oh God, it's going to do that, isn't it? Oh, well, as long as I get the whole thing. It doesn't. It seamlessly puts it together. It may make a slight change so that it works, but for the most part, you see the video smoothly going to the other. So it works pretty much the same way as VO3 would do it.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, a hell of a lot easier to do it.
But see, here's the thing.
It does have an advantage.
Here's the thing that I just want to mention. These people that are complaining about, oh, you're taking my credits, you're taking my time. You're not paying for it. It's free.
Right.
They're not taking anything away. They're just limiting because of server capacity. Now, if you are a paying user and they start taking things away, then you're going to be pissed. But the free users, it's free.
Yeah, listen, when it got on and we were all so happy and couldn't believe how well it worked, before they started putting the restrictions in, we were all doing 40, 50, 70, 100, 200 generations a day.
I know, it was nuts.
I mean, it was just going, like, he would send me a video and 3 minutes later I'd send him one back and then he'd send me one. We had a conversation one day where we never said anything to each other. It was just video after video. So if he had something to say to me, it'd be a video of his cameo talking to my cameo, and I'd respond with a video of my cameo talking to his cameo in response. And we did that for an entire day, not to mention the videos he was making with his work buddies, as you mentioned, right? Yeah. And I was showing somebody else, my dad, at the same time. I have no idea how many videos I did that day, but it was probably more than 40 or 50.
Yeah.
Including the ones I threw out that I didn't like.
Right. So, you know, it's free. You know, just use it for what it is and have fun and, you know, quit your bitching. Not you, but the people that are bitching.
That's good advice for everybody.
So I think that's about all the AI, Gemini, ChatGPT. I know you want to bring something up about Google Messages.
Yeah, and I want to do it quickly because it's getting a little on the late side, and I'm old.
Because I kind of read a little bit about it, and I have a thought, but I'm going to let you lead into it.
Okay. I'll just get real quick about it, so I'll read it real quick. Google's adding a new app to a company managed Pixel phones, which allows IT administrators to see the RCS messages sent and received on specific devices. So to be clear, what this I was going to say advertisement, what this article is actually talking about specifically is that the first thing people are going to do is go, oh, they're snooping. Everything that this app is going to log with RCS chats on your Pixel device, if it's company phone, as in a company pays for it, it's the company's phone, it's the company's account. You have no rights on that phone. They basically have their IT administrator that has the ability to look into it. So if somebody comes in and says, we want to make sure that this, certain things are logged properly, that he sent the messages when he was supposed to about certain things, tasks that need to be done, we need to make sure that there isn't anything illegal going on the phone, which honestly, for company-owned phones, it's a deal. Because if it's
it's in the Google Workspace work profile.
Yes.
So it's not like you can just have I have my company Gmail account on my phone. That's not what it's talking about. It's a very specific work profile. And like Lionel just said, you have no rights to that as far as privacy, because you're using.
Yeah.
And here's why I say this.
Let me revise that slightly. You have rights to privacy to an extent within company policy.
Sure. Right. But if you're conducting, my point is, if you're conducting personal business on a company device, your expectation of privacy is very low because it's a company device, and you know that. I've had people as an IT administrator where they've left companies and they call me up and go, hey, I need to get access to the computer. All my stuff's on there. I'm like, what do you mean all your stuff's on there? All my pictures and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, is that your computer? Well, no, it's the company's. I'm like, exactly. You were using a company computer
then you have
for
to contact
personal
the company
storage.
and see if they'll allow it.
I was the company.
Oh, you
I
were the
mean,
company.
not me, the company. I was the IT director, and
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm sorry, you can't. I've already wiped that machine, ready to redeploy
Oh
it.
yeah, it's already
Like,
done. Yeah.
and oh, you can't do that. I'm like, no, I can do that because that's a company computer. It's not your personal laptop. If I took your personal laptop and wiped it, then yeah, you could be pissed off at me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So basically the thing about it is that this app, it holds this information on device, and it does it
yes,
for a specific reason. That means the RCS messages to and from, back and forth, as well as, for instance, to clients, uh, are back and forth. And it still means that, yes, because you're at work, if you want to text your wife and say what time is dinner ready, or should I pick up the kids on the way home, you can do that if the
sure,
company allows for it, of course. And it will still be private between you and your wife, and everything that you do between any company members or clients stays private. It's still end-to-end encrypted, and this information that the IT guy can see is remote, or if he retrieves the phone at the behest of whoever tells him to take it. In other words, your supervisor, the general manager, or whoever says, I need that phone back. IT guy's got to have it. You know, or he might go to the IT guy, if it were you, for instance, and say, I need to know if certain messages were actually sent, as so if someone claimed. And then they'll be able to go and look and find out if you're telling the truth or lying. So anybody that thinks that that's a problem is either using the phone the way they shouldn't be using it, and it's or maybe they, or they don't understand. One of the two.
right,
They just don't understand. The privacy issue, here's the thing. When you have a company-owned phone and it's only a company-owned phone, it's not your phone with a work profile as well as your own, like
right.
Robert said, but a company-owned phone. Then this is how you do it, right? Company-owned phone. Jesus, I don't know how to hold it up in front of the camera. Company-owned phone, my phone, right? I know this is the company-owned phone. I know this is my phone. How do I know? I have ringtones for the wife and the kids and all that stuff on one, and I have everything else for the company on the other. That's how you do it. And believe me, hundreds of thousands, if not more, men and women do that daily. Have two doctors often have two phones. Politicians, two phones. Uh, Managers of businesses, two phones. I'm sure at some point you had two phones too.
Yeah, early on in IT because I didn't want my personal stuff being on a company phone because
Yeah.
he said, "Here's your phone. You work for me." I didn't do personal business on it. I didn't want my personal stuff on it. I
Yeah.
carried two different phones. That also means that I can shut that phone off if I'm on vacation and you can't bother me. Like I'm on vacation,
Exactly. If
so
you try to make the
there's
company
benefits
phone
as
your
well as,
personal phone,
yeah.
it's not only company restrictions, but then you also have to worry about it because, like, let's say you say, "Oh, I'm sick," and okay, so you take off and go to
Why are
Aruba.
you in Aruba?
Yeah, you just said the same thing. Aruba. Why Aruba? I don't know.
I don't know.
We're both
It's an
thinking
A.
of that right now because it's winter. Um, Aruba, Jamaica.
Yeah.
Ooh, I want to take you. No, never mind.
Yeah.
Um,
So, anyways,
okay, so
yeah,
basically,
don't
when you
panic,
hear about
people.
this in the wild, please don't panic if you have a Pixel phone, and your supervisor says, "I need your phone." The IT
Yeah,
guy's
if
got to
it's a
put
company
something on it.
phone, just respect the company boundaries and realize
Yeah,
it's your expectation of privacy. There is some, just like your company email, people can't just go in there and snoop in it if they want to.
yeah,
That's not allowed. But if something happens and it's a requirement for court or whatever the case, your expectation of privacy is gone at that point.
yeah, and
So,
also keep in
I mean,
mind that some companies actually do a yearly audit of emails.
sure, yeah.
And I know some people are like, "What are you talking about?" No, they don't. Yeah, some companies do. They absolutely do because they want to make sure they literally go through and all that. Don't get me wrong; they don't look at the hundreds of thousands of emails between office people and clients all together. No, of course not. They simply do specific keyword searches to make sure certain things aren't there. Simple as
Look, let
that.
me tell you, as an IT professional that's had the ability of doing some of this over my career,
Yeah,
I've never once done it unless it's been a court required documented
exactly.
case. I don't have time to go through your stupid bullshit text messages.
But when I say some companies actually do it semi-annually or annually or something like that, it's literally nothing more than keyword searching.
And they're probably companies that are, government, legal, medical stuff that has a higher level of
high security type stuff is
personal PI requirements.
Yeah, you're not going to see that in the office of the local Piggly Wiggly or something like that.
And no, no, you're not. So
no, we don't have Piggly Wiggly in Canada, but I have always wanted to say that loud.
Yeah, I think all the Piggly Wigglies around me closed down. So
yeah, we're gonna go off the track again, aren't we? We really need to get going.
Yeah. So, anyways, we're gonna try to get another one next week. Things are just kind of topsy turvy. A lot of changes with work and personal and everything else. So, just subscribe and you'll get notified. How about that? That works.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you can be notified when we are. And because of the way things are going right now, when we do put out one, we're hoping that in the very near future, maybe we can actually record a couple of things at once and put them out a few days apart. And then you at least, a little bit more going on. But because there's so much going on with this. And in all honesty, I don't see it being that much longer before we see ChatGPT 6. I think that's what's coming, right?
Yes.
So when we do, there's going to be a lot of talk about that. Just like we saw tons of talk with Gemini when it went 3.0. And people will be going, oh my God, I tried it for 5 minutes and I switched back to, most likely there'll be a few that'll do that because you weren't the only one who just stopped paying immediately for ChatGPT when Gemini.
Probably not. Hit. That's probably what scared him. Like, oh shit, I'm
there's a
losing
number
subscribers.
of them that did that. But honestly, I could see it flowing back in the other direction depending on how it goes.
Well, honestly, if I weren't paying for my Google subscription, I might have kept it. But there's no point in having both. It's pointless. So, anyways, I'm Robert from Nashville,
and I am Lionel from Toronto, Canada.
And we'll see you next week. Peace.